Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Badfish and welcome back to San Pedro. If you're new to my channel, welcome to San Pedro. This is my ongoing realistic city skyline series based off the American West Coast. Today we're going to be having some fun, guys, and building out a little bit more of our coastline because we still got a lot of it to work with here in San Pedro. So as you can see, we're going to be building out on our coast that we've been working on, or at least near the past few episodes. And we're going to be putting in a nice marina as well as some different shopping areas and stuff just to finish this side out and have it completely done. So right now you're just seeing me build out a little jetty right there. That is going to be where our lighthouse is going to sit and just have a little park and stuff in there. So we'll get around to building that out later. I just wanted to have it terraformed before I started everything else out. So we're just putting in some roads and now some hotels. So we're just using a couple different hotels, the Homewood Suites right here, putting two of them together and just smashing them into that corner. And then we are going to use a Courtyard Marriott. That is going to move from the location it's at closer to the Homewood Suites, but we are going to be utilizing that one as well. And then finally, this hotel called the St. Regis, I'm going to use a couple times and again just kind of cut it together to make it look a little more interesting. So we actually are going to use three of them to make a interesting shape for this hotel and an interesting little profile for it. And then right here in the middle, this is where our boat launch is going to be. So I'm just adding a couple little warehouses. You're going to see me prop those up in a little bit to make them a little more workable in this space. But for now, we are going to have those in the little industrial area, which does make everyone very violently ill. So we have a lot of ambulance traffic coming through here. So maybe I should get a mod to have them not die, but we'll figure that out later. So now I'm just wrapping the pier around the quay here just to have it look a little nicer. That is the pier I've been using, so this is just a net structure that I utilize, and then I'm also using it to build out some docks there like you saw. So we'll go into the docks in a little more detail in a minute. But now in this area right here, so this is kind of a little bit away from the shoreline, I'm just putting in some shopping. Originally this was going to be a movie theater, but it just didn't fit, unfortunately. So we just decided to put some shopping in. So I'm using the River Park pack from King Leno just to make kind of an interesting little plaza right here. And then I'm just going to use some different commercial assets that I've picked up over the past few months to kind of round this out. So I think we put down a couple restaurants, so like a couple fast food restaurants, a little Dunkin' Donuts, and Green Walls, aka Walgreens, as well as a little gas station right there. So just putting a little shopping area and nothing crazy. We're not even going to detail it too much because honestly these assets are detailed enough as they come. So just painting the rest of that in to make it look a little more uniform right there. And now we're going to get started on our boat launch here. So I picked up these boat storage props a while ago. So this was actually, I built another marina probably like 15 or 20 episodes back in a little town up north. But I got these cool boat storage assets that I think really work nicely. And we're just going to fence it in as kind of like a little, I guess, courtyard parking area for this little boat launch thing, and we're gonna add some entrances in just a second, so don't worry, it's not gonna stay fully fenced in. But I wanted this just to be a nice little industrial kind of boat launch, a little public boat launch right here for people to come use their private craft. So it's more small boats, it's not like large commercial craft or fishing craft or anything, even though these are fishing boats on stilts. We're just going to ignore that. We're going to pretend they're private craft just because I didn't find any private craft on stilts. All I got is fishing boats. So now just putting in some generic little industrial props and stuff. And right here, I wanted this to kind of be like a little maintenance bay for the boats to come into. So when they're disrepaired and stuff, this is where we kind of fix them up. So I'm putting in a disrepaired boat, some tools and stuff. And then I'm going to have some fun with my typical little worker props that I utilize. So I have these workers that I use in different construction areas. If you've seen San Pedro, you've seen them before. But I'm going to use them as boat maintenance guys. So maybe they're scraping off barnacles, maybe they're painting it, who knows? All I know is that they're hard at work. And then we're going to use some little boat trailers right here and put some dinghies on top of them just to, again, add some more interesting things to look at in this space. I just wanted to fill up this parking lot as much as I could with no cars, because it's not a car parking lot, it's a boat parking lot. So I tried to make it as interesting as I could. I'm actually using a little lifeguard tower here as like maybe a little security checkpoint, or, you know, just maybe that's the guy who looks over the docks or runs the little fuel depot. And then just a couple little containers, because why not? I mean, can you say there wouldn't be containers in that parking lot? No, you couldn't. So now we're gonna go ahead and fill out our marina with a bunch of different boats. So I have like a bunch of different marina filler packs and little speed boats and stuff. These are all considered buildings, so we're just gonna plop those down. And then on the outside here, we're putting in our bigger like yachts and big sailboats and stuff. And I am gonna use, like I did last time, the little warning tsunami buoys as kind of like anchor buoys for the bigger boats. I just think it's fun. And then over here, we're gonna have some fun with a little wave breaker. So I got these tetrapods off the workshop. There's like 3 of them, one's underwater, one's wet, and one's dry. And I'm using those, kind of just lining that out and then lining it up with rocks to make it look a little more realistic as a little wave breaker. And then coming through here, you just saw me put down our big old lighthouse, and we're just gonna start kind of concreting this in and then putting in planters and stuff, because I really wanted this to be a nice, pretty, beautiful green area. And I finally got the mod that allows you to place plants wherever the heck you want and they'll grow. So no more gross looking broomsticks for me. I actually have real plants on the coast now, so we're gonna have some fun with that a little bit later and fill up these planters. But just for now, I just wanted to kind of delineate the space and know where I was gonna fit things in. So it took me a minute to get this one a little right. I had to stretch them down a little bit more, but I think all in all, it looks pretty good. It's not a perfect wrap, but it's good enough. And over on this area, we're gonna put in a little static parking lot. I just kind of wanted that to have a unique looking little parking lot for it, kind of wrapped around this side of the quay, the side of the jetty, and it came out pretty good. I think it looks nice. So just putting the cars in now. For some reason, whenever I work with the quays in this game or near coastline, my props tend to freak out, so I have to like place them far away and then use move it to bring them in. Don't know why that is, just can't place them. They'll just freak out. So it is what it is. We're just gonna use move it, and it's not a big deal, but I caught on to that early on. So now I'm just gonna put down some food trucks, the same ones that I used from the last video, just using different variations of them, and we're gonna build a little park around here. So my idea is this is just like a little touristy spot where people come pick up food, so the food trucks frequent over here to ply their wares and sell their food to people. And then over on this end over here, we are eventually going to have like a little seating area for people to come eat at, or maybe they want to go hang out by the lighthouse. I put some seating over there for people to go eat at as well. Honestly, once this place is all done, I think this might be one of my favorite builds that I've done so far. I just think it looks really nice. It's a place I'd really like to visit, that's for sure. So putting in that little seating area now, just delineating it with planters again, and just putting in some umbrellas and stuff like that, and just moving them around to kind of spread them down this little side of the walkway as much as I can. I didn't need too many, so we're just gonna leave it at that. And now we're gonna put our seating all the way around the lighthouse itself. So just made a little pack of props with a trash can, a lamp, and a bench right there, and just putting them all down, and then I'll have to go through and edit them and make them actually fit. But then in the middle here, I wanted a little more interest. So I eventually put a fountain down, and then I was like, you know, there's already a ton of water here, so I put this little explorer guy down. So he's going to be our centerpiece over there. And then moving on, we're now in back of the little courtyard Marriott I put down. We're just putting a little seating area down here because I really liked how this exit looked in the back, so I wanted to put something in it. And we are now going to continue just propping up the pier here. So right now we're just adding in our lamps just to keep it well lit, at least as far down as the docks. And then we're gonna start using these little seating area props that I've been putting around this entire pier just for people to hang out, and they all have binoculars and stuff, so if you wanna look at the boats as they come through, you can. And now just putting down some more planters and stuff and more seating areas in between the hotels, just because there was a big blank piece of concrete. The reason you haven't seen me put down any plants yet is because I haven't gotten that mod at this point, so I don't have the mod that lets me grow anything. I actually ended up exiting, downloading it, and then coming back in, so I'm leaving the plants for last, so don't worry, you will see all of those go in just a second. So here we go. I got the mod, and now I'm adding in my trees along these planters on the side by the hotels. And now, like I said, we're gonna put a bunch of stuff over here by our lighthouse. So just using smaller plants. I eventually, like when I first started, I had a bunch of tall palm trees surrounding this lighthouse, and I was like, well, how is the light gonna like be seen by boats? So I was like, maybe I should make them a little smaller. So I'm just using shrubbery. I put a couple palm trees right by the lighthouse, but it's only 2 of them on the end, so it's not a big deal. And then I will put a couple more along the jetty on the end over here, but I figured this is far enough away that it won't make a big enough difference. And same thing over here, just adding more planters, kind of edging it in, and we're gonna put some more palm trees and stuff. Just wanted to make it look very green and vibrant and nice. And same thing with these planters in the back of our hotels here. Same idea, just want to make it look really clean and really manicured and really pretty, especially where this is a very nice waterfront. I just wanted to kind of continue that theme. I think our next waterfront in San Pedro is going to be very industrial, so we might as well get the green space out of our ways early as we can, as much as we can. So now just finishing out the build as I always do by putting down different decals, so cracks and scuffs and stuff like that, and then some lights. So I'm gonna let the music play out, guys, but I will see you in the live play for the rest of the video. Hey guys, welcome to the live play side of things. I hope you enjoyed our little time-lapse build there. I thought it was a pretty good one. So just jumping into what we did, we'll start on this side. So here are our hotels, not a ton of details on these. This is a Homewood suite. I put 2 of them together, just kind of smushed them together. And then a courtyard and Marriott right here. So got this little seating area right between them, just with the hedges and then a fountain. And of course all these planters with the big beautiful palm trees going through. And then the courtyard actually had this really cool exit out the back that was really nice, so I wanted to put some more detail on that. So I just put like a little restaurant seating area with some umbrellas and tables and kind of boxed it together with some planters and stuff. So that is those, and we of course have the pier wrapping around with our little seating areas on the pier as well as the lamps and stuff. And then coming through here, just some more parking. And then over here, we did do some shopping right here. This was originally, I wanted this to be a big old AMC movie theater, but unfortunately it was just too big to fit. So that didn't work out. I ended up just having to put this little shopping plaza in. So this is the River Park pack from King Leno, I believe. And I just put a bunch of these together to make a little plaza, put a Dunkin's in, and then just kind of made the driving a little bit easier, or not the drive through a little bit more detailed, as apparently we're also flooding, so that's great. But we're just gonna ignore that and hope it goes away, because that's what happens with water in this game. And then over here, just a KFC, a little Walgreens, and a gas station just stretched on this stretch. So my justification for having those, it was more or less just that, you know, this is going to be a public boat launch right here, so when people are getting ready to go, they're maybe need to pick up some stuff at Walgreens over here, or just want to do some quick shopping or get a coffee or food or what have you before they go out in the water. And of course a gas station, you need to get gas for your boat or whatever you got going on, jet ski, who knows. Rather than getting this kind of gas right here, maybe you need to do that. So going over here, we have our little public boat launch. This is very reminiscent of the one I built before up in our town up north of Mulberry, but I really like it. It's a nice little industrial build to kind of put in the middle of things. So we have this cool boat storage right here with just a bunch of boats on stilts and on trailers kind of stretched on through. Like I said, we have these 2 big gas cylinders, which is nice. And then this little detail, this is a fun detail in this. I put these workers down. These are painters, but you know, I thought maybe it looks like they're taking the barnacles off this boat. Maybe they're repainting it, repurposing it. So we have this little mechanics area right here for the boat launch. And then as you come on through here, continuing the pier, I decided just to use that to make my docks. So we have this unique little marina area right here. We got our boat hoists to put them in and out of the water. And then I just have these different marina filler packs and sailboats and stuff that I just dotted on through here just to make it look a little more realistic. And then we got our bigger boats out here. I'm using the tsunami warning buoys as like anchor buoys for these. I just thought that was a nice look. And we got like these big yachts coming through, but I thought that ended up looking really nice and coming together really well. And then this last hotel here, this is actually one hotel used 3 times and smushed all together. I thought that came out looking pretty good. I think it's originally called the St. Regis Hotel. And then our last bit of detail, this is my whole favorite part right here of this entire build. So we have this big old breaker here using these different tetrapods and rocks to make a wave breaker. And then as we come through, we have a park coming through here. So I used, again, the food truck pack that I used in the last video. I'm using it again here to just kind of make a nice little place for people to pick up food in this park. Have a very simple just restroom, planter, and then it comes on through here, and we got seating area. So when people get their food, they can bring it over here and hang out. And then we got these different piers jutting off this little parking area as it comes around. And then finally we round it out with this nice beautiful lighthouse with our cool details going on through it. So we have a big seating area through here. Got this nice little statue of some sort of European explorer, who knows. I'm sure he had something to do with boats and that's why he's by a lighthouse. But we have it all plantered in and have a nice point here to look out over the marina and out over this part of San Pedro. And I just think it looks really good. I think it looks nice. So let's go ahead and try to get the light just to shine a little bit more that way so we can just see everything. Yeah, look at that. That's good stuff from that point. And then at nighttime, I'll just show you that for you guys real quick because I did put a lot of lighting on through here. So if it decides to cooperate, please. There we go. So at nighttime, we have lights going all the way through this jetty, all the way around through the entire pier, up and through here. So it's all really well lit. It's looking really good too. So that was, of course, our last part of that time lapse, adding those in. But that is today's build, guys. That is the episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely leave a like down below. That really helps me out. And if you want to see some more San Pedro, if you want to just see more city skylines builds, get some ideas for your city, definitely check out my channel. I think we're up to almost 50 episodes in San Pedro, so we're doing pretty good. And if you enjoy what you see, definitely subscribe. But that's going to do it from me, guys. So I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to leave you off with some cinematic views of what we built here today. I hope you enjoyed those, and I will see you in the next one.